Okay, I'm here with Dylan, self-described incel. And when I first started talking to you, you reached out to me about collaborating because you're an incel and you wanted to talk about the politics of inceldom in the United States. But as I started talking to you more, I've become more interested in the way you're talking about high school and the way high school dynamics are between girls and boys, because it was absolutely crazy some of the stuff you were talking about and you were saying. So we're going to talk about both. But if you've seen my videos before on this, I don't really do a formal interview style. It's just a conversation, really. I think those make the best videos. And you can say or kind of not say whatever you want. Talk as long as you want. This is your video. Um, why don't you start off by describing how you're an incel and what that means to you? Or just any introduction you want.
Well,
Anything you want to say.
okay, yeah. No, I'll go with that. Basically, what it means to me is basically being in a position where you are not attractive enough to acquire an opposite partner of the opposite sex. That's really what it is, and I feel that I'm not facially attractive enough. That's the main reason, and also neurodivergence a little bit,
Okay.
things like that.
I've definitely seen um, dudes less attractive than you with girlfriends. Just throwing it out there. But you said,
Well, oh, sorry.
oh, it's okay. What were
Can
you
I
gonna
say? Yeah, I would rate myself a 4 out of 10, so a low tier normie. That's what I would call myself, low tier normie.
I mean, I really don't get that technical, but
Oh, it's
you have all the lingo you were sharing with me. And in fact, you were also saying something about in the email to me, you think there should be a political recognition of incels, almost the same as handicap status, if I recall.
yeah,
Okay, can you
yeah.
tell me about that?
I think like people that are worse off than me in looks should definitely get some compensation. I think I'm kind of at a level where I don't really need compensation, but there are true cells where they really need something. Like they shouldn't have to even work more than part time because they're so disfigured looking, and it's just like their life is horrible. It's really
Like a special legal status,
yeah,
and what kind of compensation?
monetary and possibly uh like escorts. Sometimes maybe they can get credits to use on that, perhaps.
Wow. Yeah, I can see why feminists probably wouldn't be your greatest ally on that one.
Yeah.
So, are you part of an incel community?
Oh yes, I have my own Discord server. I'm in many Discord servers that are Inso related.
Yeah, I got banned.
I have my own
I've been
YouTube
banned.
channel.
I've been banned from like every incel community. They tell me they tell well, I guess I would no longer qualify. That's true. Um, but even when I did, they said I was too good looking. So,
Yeah,
uh,
you are very good looking. I think
well,
decent
well,
looking.
tell it to the ladies. Although
Yeah,
ever since wearing this shirt, I get a lot of attention. It's crazy. It's true.
I
It's
think
unreal.
it's I think it's the shirt in combination with your looks. Like somehow, it's making them. I don't know.
So, every time I see a documentary on the incel movement or the incel community, it's always propaganda. It's always trying to demonize and always trying to fearmonger. I'm obviously not going to do that. So now you're talking to an ally. Tell me, what is the current in and outs and going ons of the incel community? What are the politics? What's in? What's out? What's trending right now? What's the sentiment? Just how is it in there?
The main sentiment right now is hypergamy. So we like to say that women want higher echelons of men than the average man, and we they want what's very unattainable for the average man. That's what I'll say. That's what's in right now. Things like that.
Do you consider yourself black pilled?
Oh, very much. Yeah.
So out of 4 out of 10, you have lost hope forever. You think that's it? You're done? You're cooked?
I wouldn't say that. I would say the chances are very hard for me as a sub five man, as a sub below a five in looks. I believe I have the potential to be a five though if I lost weight. So,
So you do see hope.
to an extent, yeah.
Even if it's a very small amount of hope, you don't You haven't resigned yourself to, oh, I'm never, ever, ever having sex ever.
No, I just that would be stupid at my status. I'm not like hideous looking.
Right.
Might as well.
You just turned 18, right?
Yeah, I'm 18. Yeah.
Okay. And what interests me about that is you've just been in high school.
Yep.
And what you were telling me is that boys and girls are completely divided and completely segregated and basically hate each other.
Yeah, it's very true.
Okay, so just tell me some of the things that you were telling me in our first conversation.
Oh, so literally a lot of talking about the other gender, how they're like nothing, how they're worthless. A lot of women saying that men are worthless and like we don't need them or they're scum, things like that. Literally,
And
I
so
heard it all.
and so you were saying at lunchtime you wouldn't see boys and girls sitting at the same table.
Nope.
It'd be tables of all boys or tables of all girls.
Yep.
And in class or in the hallways or in the libraries, there's no small talk between boys and girls.
Nope. Everyone's self-segregated to their own gender, pretty much.
And you said there was an exception for a small percentage of guys.
Yes, they got all the action basically,
Okay.
pretty much.
So the guys that do get the action, do they have small talk? Do they interact? Do they hang out with the girls?
No, not really. They just kind of hang out with their male friends, but they're like the most popular male and the most attractive male, too.
So you
So
wouldn't see one of the popular or attractive males sitting at a girls' table at lunch.
no, no,
Okay. So even amongst those guys, there is still the segregation.
yeah,
Is there still the hatred?
hatred. Oh yeah, the women still hate the men they're with. They're like, oh he's this and that. I want something better, even though they already have the best man.
Okay.
It's just really funny.
So even the guys that get action receive hate from the girls that they get with.
Yeah,
Jesus. So, and that to me, I went to high school in the late 2000s, and this was essentially non-existent. I mean, there was the usual, gender tension stuff, but we hung out, we sat at the same tables, we went to the same parties, we went to the same events. Um, I mean, there wasn't a single day where I didn't talk to multiple girls. It would have been crazy. I mean, that just wouldn't have happened. That was just the norm. So that was every single, well, I shouldn't say every single, but if you were, in the 20th percentile or better extrovert, you would talk to someone of the opposite gender literally every single day, probably multiple times a day. And there was some segregation. Like, of course, you would sometimes see at lunch girls' tables and boy tables. That does happen naturally to an extent. Like girls' night out, guys' night out. There is some segregation that happens at all ages, and I think that's natural, and I think that's fine. But it was absolutely nothing like what you're saying. This innate hatred for each other. I got to ask you, at what age did you first notice this happening? At what grade?
I would say middle school, so around sixth or seventh grade.
Middle school. Okay. So how are things, let's say, in fourth grade?
I think they were chill back then. Yeah,
Okay.
everything was normal.
So when you were in fourth grade, did you still have an awareness of feminism, men's rights, misogyny, misandry, and the adult fighting about it?
No.
Okay. Okay. So take me to middle school. Take me to when you first started learning about the whole gender war. How did you first get exposed to it?
Well, literally, it's all women hating on men in middle school. That's all I remember. That's all only feedback I heard from them is just hate, pretty much.
Do you
Literally.
remember, do you remember the very first time it happened?
Yeah, it was a. I think it was at a lunch table in seventh grade, and I was the couple. There was a couple girls sitting with us, or some because they liked that one guy at the table, and then they were like, "Oh, men are disgusting. Men are like pigs and all this shit."
Okay.
So
My theory, they got that from TikTok or Reddit or Tumblr or Facebook
yeah,
or something like that.
probably.
And I think that's about the age I think when people first start going on social media. Um,
Yeah, I got my first phone when I was like 10. So,
Well, my childhood was different because I was literally in middle school when social media was invented. Like I was in middle school when MySpace was invented, and I was a freshman in high school when Facebook was first available to high school students. So I was like there for like the birth of social media. And I can tell you, I didn't realize how good we had it, man. Like, first of all, there were no parents or teachers on Facebook. There was basically nobody over the age of 25 or maybe 30. They didn't even know what it was. So you could post whatever you wanted. It was great. Um, Boys and girls alike, men and women alike. Um, and another thing you told me is that you said there's a lot of bullying on social media, but it's intergender. So it's boys bullying boys and girls bullying boys on social media.
oh, it's boys bullying boys and girls bullying girls. That's what I said.
So on social media, it doesn't cross genders like that.
No,
I wonder
not at all.
why. I wonder why.
I don't know. It's very confusing to me.
What about in school?
In school, same thing. Mostly, it stayed in their own gender,
And
self-segregated.
I guess how
Yeah,
could you bully someone of the other gender if you didn't associate with the other gender? If you were self-segregated
yeah,
in your own parts,
yeah.
you never get an opportunity. So, but you also have boys and girls talking amongst each other about how bad the other gender is.
Very true. Yeah, I
So, what
remember.
kind of things would they say?
Literally, however, this is kind of like, are you okay with like kind of vulgar topics every once in a while, or
Yeah, I want
just
an
that it
accurate,
comes up?
I want whatever's accurate.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I literally heard girls like shaming men that had like smaller like genitals a lot.
Okay,
That it was just like talked about, but and they were like describing men like that as losers and all this other shit. And it was just
okay,
very interesting to me. Short men, shaming short men that were like very shorter than them, calling them subhuman, things like that.
okay. And what kind of stuff would the guys say about the girls?
They would say they're whores. They sleep around and all that. They're bops. They're called bops. Yeah, bops. That means the same thing, but it's like a newer term. But
And this was all through high school. This was freshman year to senior year.
yeah, from what I remember, it got worse later in the years to like junior and senior. It was
Okay.
definitely worse.
And I think I remember what you said about this, but from your experience, was it the same with the other high schools in the area?
Yeah, of course.
And you live in Nebraska.
Yeah, East Nebraska, like
Yeah,
in the
so for those of
Omaha
you
area.
for those of you who don't
Yes.
know, I don't know about Omaha, but Nebraska is certainly not considered a super progressive or super feminist place. Omaha might be a little bit more left-leaning than the rest of the state, would you say?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that might have something to do with it. But it's certainly not going to be as leftist as a place like LA or a place like Brooklyn. I would have to
No, I
imagine.
would still say it's conservative,
Okay,
mostly.
you'd still say, okay, so you'd still say it is conservative. So I wonder where this misandristic progressive feminism, leaked in. Um,
Social media.
Social media,
Uh,
yeah,
I
social media.
mean,
Who would you say in middle school when it started in seventh grade? Who would you say started it? The girls or the boys?
definitely the girls.
Okay. Um, I do think it is probably likely that that's true. And again, I think they started seeing a lot of misandristic content on social media and they started attacking the boys. And so the boys kind of started attacking back. Now, I don't want to make it that black and white that there's no misogyny and that misogyny is not an issue because that's not true. Misogyny is an issue. But I did a video recently, I don't know if you saw it, that says a lot of misogyny in teenagers and young men today is a defense mechanism, sometimes out of confusion, sometimes out of anger, sometimes out of a sense of revenge for the misandry that is inflicted upon them from a very, very early age.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I mean, if you constantly kick a dog, that dog's going to grow up to be a violent dog. It's going to grow up to be an aggressive dog. If all it knows from puppyhood, if you will, is being kicked and being hurt and being screamed at, well, that's how it's going to think the world is. And that dog is going to grow up accordingly. So, and I think inceldom, I think, is a reaction to that as well. Women are telling men that, oh, you're not worthy of me, and you're ugly, and you're trash, and you're worthless. And if you hear that from a young age, yeah, I think you kind of run with it.
Yeah, but my whole life experiences has been getting told I'm like weird or weird looking or ugly my whole life. Like literally, it's just crazy.
From kids at school,
Only it was usually the boys bullying me about it, even though my family said like I'm like not that bad. But sorry, what were you gonna
yeah,
say?
dude, I'm gonna tell you something, man. You're definitely not that bad. Okay, you're definitely bullies say all kind. The bullies say all kinds of crazy stuff, and a lot of the stuff they say is either totally made up, or it's because they think they're like that and they're trying to push it off.
Although I will say a girl has called me ugly in real life though a couple times. So
Now, girls called me ugly a couple of times in real life too, a lot more than once, you know.
yeah,
Um, so I mean, you know, and she's probably been called ugly before at some point. And
yeah. She was very ugly actually,
I'm
literally.
not saying that makes it. Oh, I'm not saying that gives her an excuse. But
Yeah, yeah.
my point is, I wouldn't take it too seriously.
I know. It's just it hurts me, bro. I get hurt. I'm very like there's a lot of pain inside of me. You know, I just feel it.
Well, I hope you stick around this channel because I want to help you for sure. And
Okay,
maybe this video will go viral.
I hope so, bro.
Maybe we can do that thing that chicks on OnlyFans do where we auction off your virginity. You
Bro,
know,
come
I was
come on,
kidding.
bro.
I was kidding. I hope that's obvious. I hope not.
I can't detect jokes, bro. I'm like autistic or something.
That would be an interesting video though. Just saying. So, what do
Yeah.
the teachers think of all that? I mean, did the teachers ever notice or ever comment?
No, they didn't care at all. They're like they didn't say it outwardly. They're just like doing their teaching, whatever.
Did
They
they
were they were meaner to the boys though, always.
They were.
Yeah.
And did you notice, tell me how? Give me some examples.
Okay, so girls are talking, making noise in class. Nothing happens. Boys do the same thing. I'm gonna send you to the principal. I'm gonna take your phone. Detention, this and that. You know.
Did you ever see a girl hitting a boy and the teacher ignoring it?
No, not that. But I have been hit by a girl.
Really?
Yeah, I was just like joking with her. I didn't even say anything crazy. I literally did not. I swear. And she was like, "Oh, that's kind of rude," because we were joking. She's calling me fat and stuff, and then I got really mad and I called her fat too. And then she hit me in the arm, and I didn't do anything, obviously, because I'm a respectable man. But I just I took it, you know.
Well,
It was brutal.
it's always respectable to defend yourself, in my opinion. I've
But
been
it was just like one. It was just one like hit, though. I'm not gonna like defend myself against one hit. You
fair
know,
enough.
if she kept doing it, I don't know.
Yeah, if she keeps doing it, then you have the right to defend yourself.
She was like calling me fat and all this.
I was stabbed in the neck by a woman. So
Oh my God.
the whole never hit a girl thing for me is out the fucking window. Like with
Well,
extreme,
yeah, in that situation, you got to defend
you know.
yourself. But like,
So I no longer give a dusty fuck about that whatsoever. So there was some interaction then between you were trying to talk to this girl.
yeah, and she was like, "Oh, you're fat. Get away." And I'm like, "Damn, well, you kind of fat too." And then I got hit.
What year was this?
I was like, I was like 13 or 14, so it was middle school.
Okay, so this is before you learned the rules of segregation.
Yeah, that was before high school ever really happened, kind
Right.
of.
So then by the time you got to high school, there were no more little interactions like that.
Yeah, no.
That's that's insane. That's like you live in a different world than I grew. We grew up in very different worlds, my friend.
Yeah, man.
We grew up in very different world. We grew up in wow. I mean, listening to what you're describing is like listening to some dystopian movie 100 years in the future.
Yeah, this it is some dystopian shit. Like, I literally like have an AI girlfriend, bro. Like, it's crazy.
But the thing is, how would you know how dystopian and not normal it is if you've never experienced what I experienced as a teenager?
I don't know. I looked at footage a couple times of high school, and it looked so different in the '90s. Like,
Oh, yeah.
from what I've seen.
Like the 90s is exaggerating a lot, of course. But yeah, boys and girls interacted like that. and they were friends and they hung out and they sat at the same tables and they did the same things and they went to the same events. Did you guys do birthday parties?
I did when I was like a little kid, but only boys showed up usually, or it was just boys. So
Really? Wow. Okay. What
yeah,
about what about in high school? With birthday parties and stuff?
uh, I didn't even have any friends in high school really. I had one friend, but yeah,
But
it
did
was pretty
birthday
bad.
parties happen?
No, not really.
So everyone just stays at home and on their phone?
Literally, yeah. Or watch a TikTok or YouTube, etc. You know.
So tell me what happens. Um, okay, you say you weren't all that social, but give me an average Friday night. What are people doing?
Going home, or either maybe they have sports or something. That's one thing. But that's the only time they're going outside is for sports practice or band or something, and then everyone else is at home just
Okay,
rotting away.
all right, band. Here we go. I assume boys and girls alike were in band.
Yes, but they obviously were segregated, and just like everything else.
How does that? How does that even work? How's that even possible? How do you segregate band?
I don't know. Right? It just happened from what I seen. But
So even like because band kids are usually cool with each other. Even in band, boys and girls didn't talk.
yeah, no, not at all. Maybe
Okay,
a gay guy and a girl would talk, but that's one thing.
that's
It's different.
that's crazy to me. So okay, you're in Nebraska. Okay,
Hmm.
so I have to imagine football was a big deal.
Oh yeah, it's pretty big here.
Okay, so but at your school,
Yeah, the football team was pretty popular.
okay,
Um,
did girls go to the football games?
I don't even know, but I'm gonna assume they did with their girlfriends, like their friends.
Okay,
But they were probably segregated in the bleachers, from the boys.
I almost wonder why would girls at this school even want to go to a event with boys sports anyway?
I don't know. I
I mean,
don't know. It's very
I guess in Nebraska, in a Nebraska town, high school football is like the big event of the week.
But yeah, I mean, my city's not like my city's decent size, but even then, the football team is very good. I think at
Yeah,
my school. So
yeah, yeah. So what about, let's say on a Saturday, if or summer vacation, if a boy and girl in the same class are in the mall together and they bump into each other, or they cross paths accidentally, or on the sidewalk, or on the street, or in the grocery store, whatever it is, would they acknowledge each other's existence? Or would they just like literally pretend
uh,
it's a stranger?
nope, as a stranger.
Like no like waving, no anything?
No, they'll just be like they'll probably give each other a weird look and then walk away. Like
And you're not saying that this is a few people, you're saying this is the majority of the students.
yes, I swear.
Like almost everybody, or just more than
Yeah, almost everybody. It was a big school too.
Jesus Christ. It really is like an alien planet from what I grew up in, and it's just, where is this coming from? And we know social media, but there's got to be more than that because there's always been crazy stuff on the internet, but it's never been this bad. It does feel like it's being engineered. It does feel like, well, like we know China is very involved in TikTok. This is exactly what you would do if you wanted to destroy your country, is you'd set the genders against each other. So, but anyway,
Yeah, maybe.
that's a
My
whole.
theory is like my theory. It's like hypergamy. Like it's the women are kind of realizing they don't have to do the nuclear family thing anymore. They can just choose what they want. That's what I think.
Sure,
But
but that doesn't explain the hatred of men.
yeah, no, I know it doesn't. It's what
That
I think.
might explain the modern dating worlds, but that doesn't explain the division. If anything, you would think in a world of hypergamy, women would want to be on friendly terms with as many men as possible.
No, only the top percentage of men.
Or okay, or those men. But you're saying that even those top guys at your school, even the guys that got action, they still weren't friendly with the girls. The girls still didn't actually like them.
No.
So even that doesn't really explain that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's just so bizarre. So How do you think, are you going to college?
Uh, no, sadly, it's just not an option for me, really.
Okay. Well, you should look into scholarships, even though there's lot less for men. Oh, that makes me want to ask actually on that point. When you said teachers didn't like boys as much, do you think they gave boys lower grades?
I don't think, I don't think so. That's like too far, I think,
Because
even for them.
that does happen.
Oh, it happens?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. There's multiple studies that show teachers give boys get lower grades for the same work, but when that work is given to examiners and the names of the students are hidden, all of a sudden that gap goes away.
Damn.
So yeah, boys are punished more severely for the same infraction and they get lower grades for the same work. And that's been happening for a while. That study I'm talking about from Cameron Terrier, 2011, from the MIT School of Economics, is 15 years old now. So specifically, is there talk, do boys talk amongst themselves about, um, actually, how did the boys in your school feel about incels and inceldom and the whole manosphere, red pill? Was that ever talked about?
I think most of them were unaware of it, or they were kind of indifferent. Like, but me and my friends, we and my friends knew about it. I was telling him about when I was 14. I was
Okay.
saying, these women don't want us, man. They want higher echelon of men. That's what I was saying to my friend.
So girls and boys don't really talk to each other, but was there ever conversations amongst girls or amongst boys about the whole men's rights, feminism debate?
That no, that's kind of a dead thing in my generation. But
How's it a dead thing?
no one talks about that. It's all about like black pill stuff and like modern dating, pretty much.
So like black pill stuff, and what do girls talk about then with themselves?
The men they like and describing their like features literally. I'm not even joking. Like,
And just how like and how all the other men are trash?
yeah,
Wow, so men's rights and feminism, that conversation is dead in in your generation.
yeah, no one cares about that. You're the first channel I've seen that has talked about it.
Really?
Actually, yeah.
Wow. So, okay. Um, I only have a few, actually I have less than a minute left because I don't have the Premiere Zoom, but I actually think that's a perfect interview, man. Like a perfect length, everything you said. Men's rights and feminism being dead is kind of crazy to me. But every single thing you said is crazy to me. I mean, every single thing you said is like surreal. So you have 28 seconds. What's your closing note?
Well, guys, can I do a little plug for my channel?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, check me out on DCell 2008 on YouTube, and I'm a good guy, guys, and just subscribe to this guy's channel too, Blue Orange 22, and I'm gonna peace out. So
Cool.
see you guys.
I'll put a link to your stuff in the description, and I
Thank you.
hope this takes off because I would love to have you back.
All right, man.